11 goals so far, only 2 shots for Portugal. Just shows the dominance, really, that Italy are showing at the San Siro. This one, a win for Italy is going to be vitally important for them if they are going to end up winning this group. Because at the moment they are not in the best of steads, to say the least. And Poland, the only other team in their group, and they have already been relegated into the Nations League, League B. So the winner of this one, you would expect to go on to win the group. This is the final game for Italy of the inaugural Nations League campaign, although a break off for a really good opportunity. It was Verratti who chipped the ball over towards Insigne, who broke away from the Portuguese defence. And Insigne, all he had to do there was one bit of good close control, and he was in for a one-on-one opportunity against Rio Patricio. In the end, the ball squirmed underneath his foot and in the end went out of play for a goal kick. Just getting replay of it now. Actually, Biraghi was clutching his ankle after the foul by Cancelo, so it wasn't actually the calf, but it really was a nasty one. Cancelo is very, very lucky to have escaped any sort of booking. In fact, that is actually a wrong bit of information, because Cancelo is going in the book. So that is the 3rd yellow card for Portugal, the 3rd in this game in total. The ball is now with Gianluigi Donnarumma deep inside their own half at the moment, Italy. It's with Chiellini, plays it to Verratti. Jorginho plays a 1-2 with Insigne for laying off to Bonucci on the right hand side. Back with the Chelsea man Jorginho. Now with Bonucci again on the halfway line. There's just a bit of more patient build-up play now from Italy. Jorginho just waiting for spaces to arise before laying it off to Verratti when he realised that none was available. Now Chiellini looking to spread the ball over to Florenzi. He's done fantastically well to control what was a very awkward ball from the captain. Now Insigne will go for goal from long range. He just can't wrap his foot around it, and in the end it's quite a tame shot on goal, nowhere near Rio Patricio's net. And Italy have started this half very much like they started the first, it has to be said.
Yeah, was it Chiesa with the first chance of the half?
It was Chiesa, yeah. They had a glorious opportunity just outside the 6-yard box.
The first half. It was Immobile and Insigne, so they swapped round, sharing the responsibility now, Will. But again, just not enough cutting edge. No. And that's where they're lacking at the minute. That's why they're not a powerhouse, and you wouldn't fancy them in a tournament. Yes, they'll be hard to beat, but when getting the chances, if they don't get them to Immobile, then who's going to score the goals?
Yeah, they've lost a lot of attacking flair in recent years. Without the likes of famous Italian strikers in the 2000s, likes of Antonio Cassano, Luca Toni, Mario Balotelli as well, you'd have to put up there with one of the better Italian strikers so far of this new millennium. They've not had the best of luck in front of goal, especially with this new look Italian side. I mean, they've got plenty of forwards within this this squad, I should say. Although we'll break off from a stat, because Bruma, who was making his way forward for Portugal, was clattered by Jorginho. And they're having a little bit of words said between the two. Jorginho is actually going to go into the book, I think, for his foul on Bruma, so it's the first yellow card for Italy with Jorginho. Just getting a replay of the foul now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a little bit harsh, I would say, for a yellow card on that.
The only thing is, it looks bad because his ankle goes down the side of Bruma's, but he's got his eyes on the ball. He's run past him, so he's chasing after him. He's off balance and he's clipped the heel. It's a yellow card, really. I mean, even if he was on the attack, he's not taking him down on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, you'd want there from the referee a little bit more lenience, but Danny McKelly thinks otherwise, and the free kick is well claimed by Donnarumma, who flew off his line to come out to be able to get there. And there will be a throw-in for Italy. Verratti did well to play it off Cancelo to win the throw-in for his side. It's now with Chiellini, deep inside their own half for Bonucci. I'll tell you that Ireland beat New Zealand in the rugby. Today, 16-9, which is one of the more surprising scorelines. New Zealand are nowhere near what they once were in rugby union. But in this game of football, I'm struggling to see a goal in the next 5-10 minutes or so. We've played 10 minutes or so of this second half, and what side do you think needs to make the change first?
Italy. They've got to force the tempo. I think this is okay for Portugal as this. We've said that earlier on, that a draw's fine. So unless they have to get tired and leggy, which you wouldn't expect they will do in the 55th minute or the hour mark, yes, they're doing more running than Italy are off the ball, which takes it out of your legs. But as long as they're continuing to look as steady as they are, they're not under pressure. They're not under the cosh constantly, are they? So if they've got to go first.
Yes, it's now with Chiesa on the left-hand side for Italy. Will try and skip away from Cancelo, forced to go backwards by a mixture of him and Bernardo Silva. He gets it back from Biraghi, but he can't quite get on the end of it. The clearance is cannoned off him by Jose Fonte, and will go out for a goal kick for Portugal. Portugal, although not making much headway in the sense of going forward and creating opportunities, haven't really tested Donnarumma as yet in this game. They're still defending very resolutely. Italy struggling to really find a gap to work their way into. Here's Donnarumma on the ball for Italy. Plays it to Chiellini. Now with Biraghi. Back to the Italian captain. And he in turn is forced to go back to the young goalkeeper Donnarumma. He'll look towards the right hand side for Florenzi. Plays it back inwards to this time. Got a patient build up play from Italy. They're not really in any sort of rush to massively break down this Portugal side. It's with Insigne, looks to chip the ball over to Immobile, who is, I think, has drifted offside, and that is going to be yet another attack down for Italy. And from the replay, it's another close one, but alas, the linesman has given the offside decision.
Early stages of the second half, and Italy still being left frustrated at home against Portugal. Chance of the game so far in the second half has gone to Rico Chiesa from the 6-yard box, denied, with a crucial opportunity just a few minutes into the second interval, then a 45. Immobile has been straight offside too many times, a couple of bookings, Jorginho and João Cancelo. So the game is still competitive, both teams still going forward. But of course, as we've mentioned previously, Portugal only need a draw, and they're playing in that fashion. If they can get a counter-attacking goal, great. If not, let's hold on. A minute, 0-0.
Bernardo Silva trying to play it inwards towards João Cancelo. His pass is well blocked in the end by Biraghi. He will be cleared out of harm's way as well by the Italian. So it's going to be a throw-in for Portugal with Cancelo. Now with Bernardo Silva. Can't find the return pass for Cancelo though. Was swarmed a bit there between Mario Rui and Verratti. And it's now with Chiellini for Italy. Plays it to Bonucci. He's got some space to run into, Juventus defender. It's now with Jorginho. Plays it back to Bonucci for finding Florenzi on the right hand side. He's dispossessed by
Portugal.
Mario Rui.
I don't know what your thoughts are. I think Portugal is starting to win more second balls here.
Yeah,
so in the first half they'd make a tackle and they wouldn't get to the next one. They'd keep just constant wave after wave. It's not as intense as it once was.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's Portugal playing better or if it's Italy playing slightly worse, but Portugal definitely still have a second wind in their defence at the moment. Far more intensity and desire to get to that second ball, which was where Italy was really piling on the pressure and picking Portugal off in the first half. And why Portugal would probably feel a little bit lucky that they didn't go into the break 1-0 down. But alas, they are still in this game. More by luck than judgment, has to be said. It's now with Italy still with Jorginho. Plays it backwards to Bonucci. And he'll go backwards to Donnarumma. Chiellini. Plays it to Bonucci, still deep inside their own half at the moment, the Italians. Bonucci finds Insigne. Plays the first time pass to Chiellini. Jorginho.
Yes, if Italy can build here, should I say that? Giving it straight away. I mean, that was such a simple bit of play across the back four and the defence, and then the first real killer ball forward, they give it straight away. So ideal for Portugal, really. Will, not going anywhere with it across, and it's steady away, decent ball in, hooked away by Jose Fons, who's had a cracking game tonight.
Yes, the Portuguese defence have had it relatively easily, it has to be said. They've dealt with the majority of what's been asked of them. Alas, yet again, just a long ball by the Italians. So easy to be cut out. And Chiesa apologising for his role in that breakdown of communication, the breakdown of the attack. It's with Portugal at the moment, with a throw-in deep inside their own half. You say that Italy should be the team to bring on the first sub. Who would you bring on, is my next question to you.
Asking me some big questions here. I think probably Domenico Berardi would offer something a little bit different. As a shot comes in at the far post, blocked by Portugal. I mean, quite a few of them on the international. I like Politano. Lorenzo Pellegrini as well. I haven't seen much of Kevin Azania, if I'm honest, to suggest that I think he's going to be a real output. I think it'd be harsh to bring on someone like Matteo De Siglio, who's generally a decent right back, but I think Florenzi attacked well, not looked out of position in terms of the international reckoning. You know, him and De Siglio are always fighting it out in that spot. So I'll have to say Berardi first time around, just because, you know, he offers a bit more pace, and I think it might give them something to think about Portugal. The issue is, do you take off someone like Insigne, who can deliver from anywhere, or Chiesa, who's had a brilliant 18 months domestically? It's a hard. I'd say Chiesa out of the two for me. I think you'd always leave Insigne on. There was that really big moment, wasn't there, in the last qualifiers when they had to win a game and they were bringing on De Rossi, and he pretty much said, "I don't want to go on. We lose. You know, we have to win. Why are you putting me on? I'm a holding midfielder." And that seems to have changed now under Mancini. He's got a bit more, you know, nous about him. He's got plenty of experience.
Well, definitely right there. I mean, if I was in that position to bring someone on for Italy, I'm sure Chiesa is very young. It was only his 10th appearance for his national team today, and he hasn't had the worst of games. Berardi, maybe 3 years older, but nowhere near as many caps, with only 3. There's just not a lot of goals in the attacking sense from Italy. Apart from Insigne and Immobile, there's not one forward player that's been picked in this 23-man squad that's got a goal for Italy at international level. So goals is just where they're lacking massively. Yeah,
I mean, defensively we've already spoken about it. Keeper the fix for years. If he continues, yes, he's not world class yet, but he's on his way if he keeps playing this level. And of course, playing week in, week out for Milan. Defensively sound. Of course, they are going to age though. Chiellini and Bonucci might not have another major tournament left as they come forward here to Portugal with Rui, and that is blocked. But yeah, I mean, both teams have got transitional periods. Everyone goes through it. England are on the other side of it, aren't they? They've got a really young squad. Germany have. And France are a perfect mix. France have got the perfect mix in general now. Whereas Spain's starting to age who are they going to put into holding midfield now. So it swings and roundabouts. It always comes round.
Yes, it's exciting times for a variety of different national sides. I'd say England's definitely one of the more exciting national teams around at the moment. Ball whipped in by Bernardo Silva, aiming for Andre Silva, his namesake, but it is cleared away by Leonardo Bonucci, and then on the second time of asking, thumped clear by Alessandro Florenzi. Ball is with Mario Rui on the left hand side. The Napoli man tries to find William Carvalho, who did well to shepherd it towards Ruben Neves. Now Carvalho will start to barrage forward. Now with Bruma, tries to skip away from Florenzi, forced backwards by a mixture of him and Verratti. Did well to hold on to the ball for a prolonged period of time, Bruma, but the Leipzig man has now been told that he kicked the ball out of play himself. He's furious with that decision, but it will be Italy to restart play. It's with Donnarumma deep inside his own box. Will play it towards Biraghi. Back to Chiellini. And now Portugal sort of doing what Italy did to them in the first half, just with really high pressure, not really allowing Italy to make headway forward at this point.
Yeah, it's for me, it's perfect time to change it. They're not really making any progress now at all. This is what I expected before kick-off. A bit of a stalemate, and Italy struggling to create, and Portugal breaking them down and just getting the point they wanted. So it's unfortunately got us a bit excited. We were taking, making a few jokes, really, taking a few liberties with that Scotland game against Albania, and it could be a bit of a snooze fest. They're 3-0 up.
Yes,
how wrong we were.
Yeah, how wrong we were indeed. It was James Forrest that's got the third one in that game. And Romania keeping up with the Scots in terms of goals, because they've gone 3-0 up against Lithuania as well. So the other nation they've got an abundance of goals at this point. Though nothing to shout about in this one thus far. With Portugal, who's trying to go along towards Andre Silva. I think it was Ruben Neves that was aiming for him. Couldn't really find anyone in red though, so it will be back with Italy with Jorginho. Plays it towards Barella. Will get it back as well, the Chelsea man. Can't find Insigne. And the header clearance by Fonte finds Carvalho. And then Carvalho past to Bruma. Bruma loses possession. And then it is Barella who is clipped by Carvalho. So it will be a kick for Italy. It was actually Chiesa that was tugged back by the Real Betis midfielder. It's a good position to cross the ball in for Italy. We will see the first substitution of this game taken to the 63rd minute for a change. Pizzi has gone off, and at this stage I think it's the perfect time really to...
No, I just mean you said 63rd, you were getting ahead of yourself.
Oh, I was getting ahead of myself.
You could swap, but I'm just saying, like, you know, you've done much more work than you realise. You must be enjoying it that much that you actually take off.
And I would hate to take that enjoyment away from you. So it is now your turn to
stop
take
hogging the limelight.
Yeah, take the game to full time by all means.
I'm just going to curse it out. Nothing's going to happen. As here comes Bruma down the left wing. He launches this long, and Italy can manage to pick up the pieces. Great defending. Jorginho, one of them, getting back, and it's now in possession with the Chelsea man, and he just works a very slow 1-2. The pace of Italy's attack currently doesn't suggest they could get a qualifying spot if they win this game.
No, I would have to agree with that. I mean, there's not a whole lot of desire at the moment from Italy. For what they started off with, the intensity, and looking like they were a team that really wanted to win this. I don't know what's happened in the second half, whether just the team talk for Portugal has completely changed it, and now they are just being far more professional about it, and then they realise, well, we just want to avoid losing this, so it's basically in our hands. But Italy have just been really quite poor in the second half. I can tell you that have now gone 4-0 up against Albania. They're running riot in Eastern Europe. So yeah, their game is anything but a snooze fest, as we said.
I'm jealous. For the first time I'm jealous of watching Albania score. See a replay here. Jacques Cantelo's got a free kick after a foul from Chiesa. Jorginho was clipped by Bruma in the back play. Did go down very theatrically, Jorginho. I didn't know what he'd done, but he was yelping and screaming and throwing his arms around. Then he got back up and carried on running, so I thought he'd faked it, but the replay suggests he got studs down the top of the foot. So at least that's a painful one that he's managed to overcome. And it's now out on the left. Good run here from Rui. Shot across goal. Donnarumma was always watching it wide, but from the minute it left his foot, he did look a bit more dangerous than that. Change for Italy. Lasagna coming on.
Yes, I mean, a change is what was required for Italy at this point. And Lasagna, central striker, so it makes me think that it is going to be Immobile that's going to be the man to come off. And he's been a little bit poor, Immobile, so unless he can get a goal in his final times on the pitch, because I'm assuming he's the man to come off, it's going to have to go down as a poor performance from him.
If they leave him, I just feel it's maybe a bit of a change in system, or players playing slightly out of position, and it's very attacking. If they take him off, they're not as vulnerable. It's pretty much the same formation as we already had.
Yep.
And we'll see how we go from there. So, yeah, ball back with Bonucci.
Was with, I think it's Biraghi at the moment. He plays it to T. Now with Chiellini. He'll play the ball over towards Bonucci, aiming to get towards Ludovico Insigne. He will be intercepted by Portugal. I think it's Mario that's gone down under a clattering challenge by Jorginho. Attack is still on for Portugal. It's Bruma that tried to skip away from Bonucci. Bonucci, very professional though, stood his ground and got his body in front of the runner. And now Italy can come forward yet again. Starts a new attack. Insigne plays it inwards to Verratti. Got a little bit of a clip by Andre Silva when he looked to play in Bonucci. And now it's with Immobile. He's done well to turn his man. Now it's a real opportunity for Italy. It was Chiesa that tried to skip away from Cancelo. Cancelo did well to hold his ground. And now Insigne. Insigne, well, he's been called offside, I think, by the referee. Bonucci's gone into the book. I'm not entirely sure exactly why he's been booked. Whether he has said something to the referee outside of the play, because he didn't do anything much wrong in the tackle when he stopped Bruma's run. And he is on the ball now, the Juventus defender. Plays it to the right-hand side for Florenzi. Now with Chiellini. Chiellini will play it to Insigne. He's got a little bit of pressure on him by João Mario. He's done well to dispossess the Napoli man, João Mario. Plays it to Bruma. Chance for Portugal to make their way forward. And it's with Cancelo. Cancelo finds William Carvalho. And he plays a 1-2 with Bruma before finding Andre Silva. And the attack at the moment of what did look like a promising counter. It's gone a little bit stale, but the long ball towards João Cancelo is now a bit more of an opportunity for Portugal. Cancelo finds João Mario, great opportunity, and his effort just can't find the target. Chipped it over Donnarumma's bar, but that will have to go down. The most open opportunity Portugal have had in this second half.
Remains 0-0 between Portugal and Italy at the San Siro. Now the team able to get away through. João Mario stepped onto the field for Pizzi. He just had one of the best opportunities Portugal have had in the game. João Cancelo bursting down the right. Mario's crept into a good position, dribbled his way into a decent spot, but as he leant back, he seemed to hit the ball against his other foot. For Italy, they've made their change. Immobile coming off for Lasagna. So let's hope for Italy's point of view he can make a positive input into the game. It's 0-0.
And Portugal have really woken up in the past few minutes. Chance now for them. Bruma trying to spread the ball over towards Andre Silva. It was well blocked in the end. And then a long-range effort came in from Ruben Neves, but it goes wide of Donnarumma's post. It will be brought back anyway for a free kick. It was Marco Verratti that got clattered by João Mario. There will be a free kick for Italy just inside their own penalty area. Taken short by Bonucci. He actually plays a 1-2 with Chiellini for finding Verratti. It's now with Jorginho. Right hand side for Chiesa. Loses out to Mario Rui. And now Carvalho to Silva. Now for Bruma. On the left hand side, Portugal beginning to play the ball backwards into their own half. Got 15 minutes left. Can you see a winner in this?
No. Not really. I'll be welcoming it. Let's hope so. Will. That's fingers crossed. And it's in possession now with Andre Silva, who's had absolutely nothing to do. Held the ball up incredibly well there. Bernardo Silva's been so quiet. It just hasn't been a game for any of the Portugal attackers. They've come here to get a draw, haven't they? In fairness, though, Italy did do well in the first half. Let's be honest. It wasn't as if Portugal were unable to get out of the blocks because of their own inability. Italy were fantastic, but here come Portugal with Andre Silva, the man that Piatek's trained in the past in Italy, swings a shot towards the goal. That's blocked by Bonucci. Chiellini now over the back of him. There's João Cancelo wrestling with it. Scoops it up in the air into Bruma. Bruma flicks it back inside. It's going to bounce out. At the far post. Can they whip it towards the 6-yard box? They try. Only out, left-footed strike deflected, punch wide. Good save from Donnarumma from William Carvalho.
Yes, it's a really good save by the young goalkeeper. Flew across to the right-hand side to get a strong hand to it. Portugal haven't had a great deal of openings in this game, and Carvalho catches that effort well, does well to keep it low. And it goes to a crowd of players. Donnarumma does well, to get a hand to it, and to be able to put the ball over the crossbar from when it was essentially on the floor. It really was a fantastic stop by the AC Milan goalkeeper. And now it's going to be a corner kick for Portugal.
Donnarumma's got some work to do here. Ball to the far post, headed away. It's going to bounce clear. Back, there's João Cancelo. Whips it towards the far post, it's hooked away again. It's going to go out towards the touchline for Bruma. And take a throw-in shot. As in, no, leave it for a teammate. That teammate, Mario Rui, that's been a yellow card for the majority of this game. Lobs it down the down, looking for Bruma. Gets it in possession. Scoops it inside. João Mario inside the box with Andrea Silva. And Italy concede a corner. Barella getting back. So 13 minutes to go, and actually Portugal, since you've said we're going to get a goal and I said no, have actually started to attack.
We really are the masters of the commentator's curse at this point. The corner kick, well, I think set pieces at the moment is where I can see Portugal possibly getting a little bit of joy, because they do possess far more height, although that delivery from João Mario, well, it's very, very poor. Again, it's an awful near post cross. And it's another attack that breaks down for Portugal. And now they can restart an attack with Rui Patricio. I mean, I'm really baffled with the sheer difference in play between Italy's first half and second half performance. First half was some of the best football I've seen from them in such a long time, but their second half has just been,
well, the last 2 years of Italy.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. It's just very, very lacklustre. Nowhere near the capability that we think they should be.
Good word to describe it. Lacklustre is perfect, really. Talent's there, just a bad day at the office on repeat, to be honest. They've got some really good players. You feel they could get a base going, then there's potential for a good couple of years under Mancini. They've won a free kick here. Andrea Silva, he's adamant. Chiellini brought him down. He's got the free kick. What's he more than that?
I think he wants a booking on Chiellini. He feels like he's done that a lot in this game. I think that's just professional defending by Chiellini. There's nothing really in that for me that suggests that he should be booked. I mean, it's been a game of where there should have been, I think, maybe more bookings than there has been, and considering there's already been 5, tells you that it's been a little bit naughty in some cases. There's going to be another change for Italy. By looks of things, it's Lorenzo Pellegrini that's coming on. I think that is going to be a very, very big change.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to think so. With 11 to go, we're hoping for some excitement for Italy's point of view, because it's just petering off this. It's a real stalemate for the team in blue. Nerazzurri, of course, the once great nation. Footballing terms are struggling on the national level. The Serie A is not as competitive as it once was. Of course, both Milan teams don't compete as much as they used to, or if ever.